Hello, YouTube. All right, I hope you don't mind my voice possibly being a little bit messed up. My teeth was pulled out yesterday. Still hurting a little bit, but not too bad. Hopefully it's healing up correctly and not getting infected. But anyhow, I actually went out to look at my land today. And any apprehensions I had, they're gone. It's actually, I know it seemed or sounded foolish to buy land that sight unseen that is apparently swamp land. Okay, but after seeing it, one of the natives, I hooked up with the natives and have made some new contacts and points for references and basically resources that are available at our fingertips, my fingertips and yours, because I'll be sharing it with the viewers of this channel. But yeah, I think I got a very good deal. I had an excellent deal. So now I'm thinking, how can I capitalize on this? Well, there's lots of ways, but also how can I help people with this? And there's lots of ways. So I'm in process of trying to work out a system right now where I can basically help people who might want some of this land. But I will warn you, I don't know if you can say shaking it, this is me trying to get out on this dirt road. It's not going to be for everybody because it is swampland. Accessing it is kind of hard if you don't have the right equipment, which is basically a 4x4 truck, preferably raised. But if you have that and can learn to drive it and stuff out here, as well as make the networking that occurs or has to occur at a place like this, you could actually have a homestead, if you want to call it that, where you could live for very cheap. So those of you who are like me, van dwellers, that are trying to find a place where you can park and set up and kind of live off the land, you can do that here. I have a video, we're shooting this kind of out of sequence. This is after me seeing the tour. One of the locals, Ryan, showed me around, and it's amazing. Maybe once I have my camp set up here, I need a 4x4 truck is what I'm working on getting right now, because I do want to keep the land. I definitely don't want to sell it. Matter of fact, I'm thinking that maybe I should save up more money and buy all the adjacent lots, myself. I'm thinking of trying to help the seller sell them to our viewers at a discount. Maybe me getting a little bit of a commission or whatever. Because the seller I went through is, he's selling them really low. But I may be able to work with him to negotiate a deal for viewers of this channel. Because I know some people have inquired about it, and some of you might actually be interested in a place like this. But just some quick ideas of what happened today. I toured the place and I got to see how people's camps looked out there. And some were basic camps. They had an RV out there. A lot of them had RVs out there, but they put roofing over the RV. A lot of them had wells. And a lot had solar panels. Most of the people there that are full-time have enough solar power that they can actually run like refrigerator, washing machine, things like that. It's like off-grid but on-grid. And the thing about it is, it's not as expensive as some of these other options for off-grid living, because the land here is still relatively cheap, although for me, even shopping around, it looked like it was going up higher and higher, because more and more people are wanting it, because off-grid living now is becoming the trend, what people are trying to do. And it's hard to find land that's off-grid and pretty much mostly unrestricted. Like, you can pretty much do anything with it almost. So I inquired with the natives, with Brian, and he said that you can build whatever you want out there, as long as you're not laying down a foundation or anything like that. So what that means is, for me personally, I can build my yurts, I can build my mud hut, I can build an A-frame, I can build whatever I want out there using anything I want, whether it be, store-bought lumber to bamboo, if I have any that can grow out there, or buy somewhere. Or I could even use like the saran wraps or plastic buildings that I want to try, or plastic bottles, whatever. I would be allowed to do it. The county kind of leaves the place alone. You know, the people there, as long as we're paying our taxes. And taxes isn't too high. They don't maintain the roads or anything like that. So, like I said, it is off-grid, and but it's kind of off-grid, on-grid, in the sense that it's not like remote. It's not like out in the mountains or something. You know, it is kind of remote in the sense that getting access to it is kind of hard. You do need a 4x4. Sometimes you might even need a boat, depending on where you have your land. So I'm glad I took the reconnaissance mission today. I was able to see, and I no longer feel like maybe I maybe a bit off more than I can chew, you know, because Brian is going to hook me up with the local resources for doing everything from, you know, if I needed a well, if I needed, you know, to drill a well, I guess I could learn to do it myself or pay somebody. You know, it just depends on how much the cost is and how much time I want to spend, you know, dealing with this stuff. So I may have found my dream land, and surprisingly, it's in the swamp. So what's neat about it is the resources that are there allows me to do stuff I couldn't do by myself. Like, if I needed the land cleared, I can have people come out and clear it. If I needed some people to help me put up, you know, roofing or something like that, I could have them do it, you know. Of course, I'll have to get a quote and everything. But whatever I have done and stuff, I'm trying to make a network so that viewers of this channel who want to do something similar at the same location would have these resources. And, you know, if it works out well at this location, I may end up buying additional land if I can get more money at other locations and trying to set that up. But an idea that's been going through my mind potentially is, I don't know if you guys remember one of the dreams that I had for living in a van, you know, the group and stuff, was to try to get land for the group. And this might be a potential spot. The only issue with it is access. See, I know a lot of people who watch this channel originally, you know, the original viewers and stuff, are from the living in a van. So we're all like van dwellers, you know, or even people in RVs and stuff like that. So the land that I got out in the swamp, you can't really get out in a van unless you have like a 4x4 van. You can't really get out in an RV, even though there are RVs out there. They get towed out there. So I don't know if it's going to be possible to set up something like that, because van dweller land, you need to be able to drive up to it, you know, in your vehicle. This particular land, you would definitely need a 4x4, and so that limits. And also, people getting in and out, there's restrictions on that. So I'll talk more about it as I continue to develop, but right now I'm excited because I actually have land that I can do something with. Not land that's just going to sit there. It's not landlocked. I can build on it. I can put solar on it. I can put septic. I can put a well on it. I can do rain catchment. I can do whatever I need to do to survive. And that makes me feel good. And for the most part, my lot is not swamp. Well, parts of it. Potential swamp part of it, from looking at it when I assessed it. But I'm thinking of turning that part into a pond. So if I build a little pond on the land, I might be able to stock it with fish or something, and I can have fish in there, you know. So the only drawback for my particular plot is it's kind of hard to get to. It's really out in the middle of nowhere, far away from everybody. So that is, it could be a bonus because you're going to be alone. You know, not that many people go through there because it's so far out. But accessing it might be difficult, especially in the rainy season when the roadways become waterways. So that's something I have to discuss with my wife, and I want to look at the land. But the person giving me the tour was saying that there's somebody who may want to swap land with me. So I'm going to look at that option and see if he has another location that might be easier to access. And if I like the new location, I might be trading land. And the reason for that is just because of ease of getting in and out. Of course, you know, if I get a 4x4 and try it and I see that I can do it, I kind of like the isolation. I like to be left alone. So you get land that's easy to get in and out, there might be more people around. And I kind of like being alone. But the other big thing is the land where I'm at. Now that I see how nice it is there, you know, it's basically Florida land, like you see where you have land in Florida. That's what it looks like. Kind of like the compound, but in a lot of ways better because it's still wild. The compound, they had cut everything down and it grew wild. You know, it grew back up and became wild again. This land was never cut down. So parts of it have big tall trees, parts of it are still kind of swampy, parts of it have been cleared. And some of those people cleared their land and even put down sod. And so they have really nice lawns. It looks like a really nice ranch or something. Some people have little ranches out there. So there's a lot of possibilities, and my brain is just so excited right now. So stay tuned. I will run the videos of the tour, you know, the drive out there, as well as a quick tour of my land. There wasn't really much to see other than the land itself, which, you know, we covered in a few minutes. But I'm excited about it. It does look a lot different than it did on satellite images. So, you know, when you see images on the satellite, it looks a certain way, but then when you get down the ground, you really get to experience it. You go, oh my goodness. That's what I said. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Stay tuned for those videos. Bye-bye now.